Okay, hello, hello. Let me turn the volume up. Check, check, check. Okay, okay. Let's see, let's see. So what are we working with here? I'm gonna go on the weekly chart. Weekly is very tight right now. Let me get ready. My bad, my bad, my bad. Okay, okay, okay. Let's get cooking. Let's get cooking, chat. So we have a daily fair value gap here. We just retraced into. Basically, I didn't trade this morning, but I did see what was happening. We did a deep drive, whether it was with GDP news or with Trump talking shit. That's what was going on. And we did it basically a complete reversal. So we did a big drive here. You can see. Big drive all the way down to fill this 4-hour gap, which we didn't really fill for the longest time. And we're really trying to move back up, back above. So what I want to see is now. Yeah, we haven't flipped the hourly yet. This has been very bullish. We took lows already. I gotta see the 15-minute. The 15-minute has to show something. What I want to see is something like this. Is this respecting? And yes, it is. And you look at the bearish fair value upside. Is this respecting? No. So we decimated the bearish fair value gap, but we did respect the bullish 15-minute fair value gap. That's a very bullish signature there. So that means I want to focus longs as long as that previous 15-minute gap here is holding. And we're going to look for longs here. And I guess we'll try to go for high day. So what we have here is also, I guess you could call it like a 1-minute breaker. It's not that decent one here because we didn't really get a nice closure yet, but we can use this as a support on the lower time frame here. Okay. Hello. We're gonna say we're online. We started a few minutes early just so we can get started. Live 4 p.m. baby. I hope we get a good day today. Yesterday, you know, not so hot. Not every day is gonna be good. Today is a new day, and we're gonna cook up. Trust, we're gonna cook. Where the hell did all my Apex count go? I load up Apex and nothing's popping up. What does that mean? What does that mean? There we go. There's a little delay. Magic is gone. So yeah, I think we focus longs. I would honestly like great setup. So What are we working with here? We even see the 5 minutes respecting. Lots of higher time frame, whether it's 5, 15 minute, anything beyond even the 4 hour is respecting for upside. So that's why we want to lean upside right now. We're not gonna lean any other way, as long as it's respecting. I should have looked for longs here. Yeah, I don't know if we'll get it on time because we just started like a few minutes ago, but this retrace here wasn't so bad. Let's see. Longs to what level? As long as things are respecting, I can see us going all the way back up to yesterday's high essentially. So like, let's just mark that out. Basically, the high of London here is first, and then high of yesterday 680s. So things are still respecting. We want to play upside, and I'm gonna look for aggressive entries if it's applicable here. 15-minute wick and closure above the gap is my entry. 15-minute wick. So you're looking at the 15-minute wick. If we close above, you're gonna look for long to enter. How's everyone doing? Doing new day, new day. Feeling good, feeling good. Lots of people are green today. I hope you guys keep it that way. Basically, didn't trade any of my accounts yet, so this is gonna be a fresh start. Whether we hit a good win or a loss, everything is gonna be shown. All right, let me connect it up. Okay, do we have everything set up? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. I think we're good to go. Yep, we're good to go. So we're looking for longs. We're looking for longs here. Long bias. We want to look for longs. Where is my indicator that shows my bias? Do I still have that? Yeah, this is it. I don't know why it doesn't show. Show the 1 minute only. I think it's basically, for the most part, everything is showing bullish. We're going to change it 200 likes for one giveaway. Every 200 likes, we'll do a giveaway. Keep things spicy. Do you feel Lanto and Desi distract you when they hop on stream? No, they don't distract me. I feel like new guests do distract me though, because I'm like kind of interviewing them for the first time. But Desi and Lanto, they don't distract me at all because they've been here. They're also trading with me. So that's a different story. But like definitely with other people on that, like that comes on like very infrequently, I have to say that it does distract me a little bit. Not all the way, but like kind of like 50% of my focus is taken. But, you know, if there's a clear setup, I'm still going to take it. I think it's like, I'm always looking for the best setup possible. And there's some, like, I guess I should rank them. And then if you guys want, we could take setups that are like kind of like B-. I want to alert the A+ one, A setups with every criteria. But there are some scalps that like I would lean forward based off my bias and commentary. And I'll just like kind of add stars and size into it. Kind of an idea right now. If we do sweep this and come back up, I'm pretty sure I would like to play longs here. Why you sound so zesty? Dude, if I sound zesty, man, that's just how it is. Some people say I sound like I'm, like I guess like Lanto, like I sound, we both sound like we're 15, 14. Yeah, so internal lows here, if this gets swept, we flip up higher. The 15-minute is showing bullish already. We already rebalanced how this moving for higher. This is going to be a play for higher prices, if that's the case. I need a notification bell to alert when you go live. Can you guys do that already? Like you put the bell on, it says like notify. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Chat, you guys do that right now. Let me know tomorrow if it works. If not, man, we do stream every single day at the same time. Nothing's new. We don't. Only thing is, like, you would probably look at my Discord for me to alert it. I think this is gonna move higher if we can confirm a flip on the lower time frame. We could get one more drive though. I can see that because look at ES here. ES didn't really take this area. So I'm just expecting like possibly one more drive through this previous internal low too. And if we want to flip, that's where I want to get in. It's not going to be A+ setup though, because the risk reward for A+ setups, it has to be like, you know, let's say 15-minute fair value gap, 1-minute entry model inside of it, all correlates. Those are like my golden setups, and likely be unicorn. This one would be just like kind of playing with a bias, which I am open to scalp more because I do have live accounts. Or I do have like a live or live funded accounts. And that just means I just need to get more trades, be more aggressive with it. So for one thing, like I think Apex, I would just do base hits on for sure. For my other accounts, I'm open to doing more scalps now. More frequent trades to build up. So this looks bullish to me, chat. I'm gonna say this gives me bullish here. If this can hold, which I think it will hold, if we get a 5-minute closure below, then like the setup will be gone. Up this low. But yeah, if you take something like this, you would want to make your stop kind of like closure on the 5-minute here. But I still want to see a low time rip flip. That's always what I'm looking for. It's usually better with just more slow pace than fast moving though, to time this entry. Now they say you don't trade live. I don't really care about those people. Those people who complain tend to be the ones struggling the most. The most thing I want to do is just ensure quality. But let's see what we get. Yeah, we're trying to retest this area again. I'm not gonna look for shorts until this 15-minute flip. If we get a nice closure under 355, then I'll start playing for downside, which we do have a lot to move. Who is Vinny? Oh, is Tyler Vinny? What is up? Chat, what do you guys think right now? Oh, actually, this would be the better breaker. I'm not gonna mark this one. It's like it could be consolidated. This one is very clear here. So this one's not bad. Which one is the strong asset right now? Is it NQ or ES? They're both looking the same right now, it looks like. Yeah, so if we can flip this 15, that's gonna be my idea right now. Short bias if 15-minute fair value gap flips. In the next 15-minute closure in 5 minutes, if we want to slam it, that'll be the route to play. Which I don't mind that because we do have a lot to really take out. And this could be just kind of like a sell model where we just do a big dump here we rebalance basically from this high, this low here. I'm just gonna mark this out. From this was high of London here. Oh, this is not right. This high of London all the way to low of day. We just basically did a nice rebalance. And if this is short bias here, we'll play for lower. And now we're basically at equilibrium here. To the midpoint of it. I just need to see a closure. If we get a closure in 4 minutes, any retrace I'm gonna look to play shorts on. And hopefully we join the trend this time. I feel like most of the time lately this week, or I guess yeah, it has to be this week. So it's like Monday, Tuesday. We're kind of like fighting against a trend more. Not because by choice, but like because that's the only thing available. Very hard to join the trend when it's ripping, and no retracement. But let's see what we get here. Little SMT, but I don't think it matters if we're gonna plan on slamming down lower anyways. Are you gonna live stream news eval trade on Friday? Not on YouTube. I would not do it on YouTube because I'm not gonna trade AM. But we can try to do it in the Discord. Me and Desi and Brian Discord, or Smart Prop from Discord. It could be one of them. We'll see. We'll see. But chat, who else is thinking they need a vacation right now? That's what I'm thinking. Like I don't know. I think this week, and I don't know if last week was kind of icky too. Just lately, just like price has not been that easy. March was one of my, I think, probably top 3 best month of trading month of all time for me. It was like basically a flawless month, and then you start April. April wasn't that bad initially, but like just like this week, just tearing me apart in my bias and just like looking for entry. Even though I have the right bias to say, just very minimal retracement. I can't really get into it, and it's like my gut is saying like FOMO, you're gonna be right on this, but then I don't end up doing it. What do you think of the range of the news candle, which be typically for non-farm payroll, we can see anywhere from like we can see anywhere from like 100 points, kind of a minimum, unless it's a news fest. It's snooze fest basically, but it varies because sometimes back then, like I guess last year, these candles would be like these news candle 830 high impact, CPI, non-farm payroll, and FMC. They would do like 200 plus points, but lately like it's been pretty dry and it's like hit or miss. Sometimes you get like 50 points, sometimes you get 100, sometimes you get 200 in the first minute or first like 10 seconds basically. Would you expect this to be a range-bound day? I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's gonna be more trend-based today. That's what it looks like because it's just trending the whole time here. Unless you're talking about range-bound within like New York AM's range, that could be something more appropriate. I don't think we'll move anything crazy today. Chat, this could be bullish, right? I feel like we should give a shot for potential longs here. Is that bad? We did get a 5-minute closure. The 15-minute still holding up. honestly, this is like something like I would not give A plus because we don't have it like fully time frame aligned. But this ain't half bad for like a scalp right now. It's something I've been talking about, like, you know, let's do more scalp stuff. If we get our entry. Anyway, let's see. I think we're like in the breaking point. So like if this can hold, we could go all the way back up. But if we do take out this low again, we'll send down. So like, is worth the risk to basically go for, let's say, a stop a little bit under the breaker, I would say. I'll probably do like a stop under 46 here, or like hard stop 46. Get entry, like it'll be like a 20-point stop in this piece. It's so volatile. Like even the 1 minute here, these candles are moving like 40 points, 30 points. It doesn't look volatile because we're just grinding, but some of these breakout candles are moving. It's just moving very aggressively though. That's the thing. But I think long could try to work. I'll try to do like scalps and try to size into it, or starter size into it after. There's a 5-minute inversion. I feel like if we're looking at the 15-minute, this is still bullish until it flips. Like I said on the right side here. And if it does flip, you be very aggressive short because you look at the range. And we're at premium right now. We're gonna try to drop back down. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of seeing right now. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Kind of like something like this. ES have rejected the 15-minute breaker twice. Is there? This is still holding. That's why I'm trying to lean upside right now. Don't think we got the entry though. This is what I'm talking about. Like, ES, you did hit the breaker on ES because it's a very shallow move, but like I was just kind of focused on EQ. If we got that, it would have been like entry at 70, stop, let's say at 50, just a few points under the breaker, 20 points, and then we'll be already like plus 30, plus 40 already. And you're just leading with bias, which is very clear. We just missed that by a few points here. I think it was a good call here, though. And if you're, let's say you're bearish bias, this is where you're entering this 5-minute, like kind of BPR here, which you would try to see us retrace inside of for lower. That's if you're bearish bias. I'm slightly still bull convicted here. I thought with this closure down, we could flip, but we didn't close. We wicked it. We closed above, and then we're moving back up. So this is the only case if you're bearish bias, you would look to play something similar like this. This would be like a 5-minute BPR here. Let me mark out. And if it does reject, you'll know why. It's be likely because us to rebalance up for lower. So this is also a good scalp opportunity because like you're still doing very tight stops. You're likely to stop likely above the breaker here. We got mods in here. I don't want to be the one touching these trolls, but you guys have full autonomy. We gotta just ban the word yap. That's like, because trolls love the word yap. Yeah, if I'm at breaker BPR here. I'm surprised we didn't get this entry because this is basically a very simple 15-minute fair value gap to 1 minute entry model, but you're fighting against this breaker. If you're bearish bias, I'm slightly bullish right now because of this sweep here. So for those who think it's bearish bias, you would probably play shorts here. I give you mod, Burrow. Can you check real quick? Are you able to report? I think if you report them, you can ban them or something like that, like hide their comments only to them. So I wonder if the mods can do that same thing too, or is it just... "15-minute candle without a low wick, it could be strong draw liquidity." That's what I feel like too. This is pretty bullish here. And if we can get this through this BPR, through this breaker, I think it's gonna full send higher. Again, I don't know if anyone was able to get this entry. I couldn't get it because I had my limits in at 70s. Wasn't able to get this. But if you're looking for shorts because you're bearish bias, this would be the area to play. Very tight stop above breaker again, and then you play for lows. But yeah, like look, the 4 hour right now I think is bullish because we swept all these internal lows, bounced on this 4 hour fair value gap, and we're just accumulating higher. If we're bearish bias, we would have flipped that 15-minute fair value gap. So it's not ready yet. I can hide the user in channel and timeout. If you hide the user in the channel, is that for everyone? I think we should test that. Where'd stop be if you got at 70 is always under the breaker. So if this is the bull breaker here, entry like wherever inside the breaker, stop is under it. That's always the case. And if you want more info on that, I do have videos going over my trading like model on that. So that's that. I probably, if we could get through this 5-minute BPR, is like, I guess the only bearish resistance right now. I'll look for additional long entries. I did just put my limits at 70. Like I was trying to put this order block here at 70. Stop would have been like at 50. I would have, like I said, I would put it a little bit under the breaker, just give some wiggle room. 20-point stop. This would have been like 40 already, and that would have been like scalp opportunity, not like a main trade. We're just holding really tight at this BPR. It's like really fighting this area right now. Tough battle. Appreciate the kind words, every coin. Can you go over why you put that 1 minute breaker? So the 1 minute doesn't look good, but like if you look at the 30-second, this is very clear here. Before we took out the 15-minute low, or while we're taking out the 15-minute low here, we made this internal swing point here. We swept it and we closed above. That's a very clear breaker signature there. Does that make sense? So the 30-second, like this is like a very clear, like this would be more consolidation, right? But you could see like this is like a actual swing point on a lower time frame. So that's why I was looking for this to move back under. If you saw an ES though, ES, you mark this out as a breaker, this would have been your entry here. Very clean entry at that too. And I would only go on the lower time frame chart when it makes sense. So like when we sweep it low, that makes sense to me. But I would not try to find a breaker, let's say here because like this doesn't make sense to me, or inside this consolidation. So you want to separate consolidation between like actual like swing point moves and reversals. Yeah, if you want more info on the breaker concept of it, you can watch my stream after, or not watch my stream, but watch my 50-minute trading video on my YouTube. And look at that. So if you're bearish bias, which I said I wasn't, if we can get through this, we're gonna be pretty much pushing through this. This would have been again like 60 points. Missed it by a few points. It's always, that's why I think like April for me is like kind of my bad luck, because I'm getting the right bias, I'm just not getting the entry. So sometimes maybe I'll just have to just mark it in earlier or do a starter. All right, yeah, bro, that's good. If there's any like very clear trolls, all mods have full autonomy. I'll just block them completely, hide them completely. How come you didn't mark this 1-minute version? Yeah, I mean, I'm a breakers guy over the version. I could have done that easily, yeah. But I was just anticipating at least a few points in before we take this entry. That's why I think inversions do get more of a certainty, because you would at least get the entry no matter how big it is. But breakers, like, it's always tight. So that's why I tend to like breakers more, but when we're moving fast paced like this, you tend to get left behind. That's the only downside. And this breaker got decimated. Bearish breaker, which does not align with my bias, because once again, 15-minute sweep, 15-minute holding, we're moving higher. That's a very clear bullish bias once again. And then we since we did break this bearish breaker, we'll likely, if we can close above, we'll also actually initiate a bullish breaker. This is just tough that like we couldn't get the entry there. It looked good. Trust me, it looked very nice. But it's always me waiting for the perfect entry, not perfect entry, but just waiting for the retracement to get the entry, and me not getting it. But yeah, if it retraced just a little bit more, a few more points, I think this would have been for sure an entry that most of you guys would have took with me. Because if you read up on the smart model, is it pretty much everything aligns there. Minus like the clear draw, I think the draw would have been much higher, which is ambitious. Damn, this is pumping, chat. How many were able to capture longs there? That's why I really want to play the long. Hindsight would have been, we would have did a starter on the inversion. There's always hindsight type of afterward thinking. But yeah, look at this. With this closure in a few seconds, this will be the second entry model. As long as this high is not taken, because I want to aim that for my next immediate draw, this would be a retrace back inside, and then we'll pump back up. Dude, I really need yeah, limits didn't get triggered. It's so difficult with limits when we don't get retracement, but that 1-minute version, I guess we should have just took that. Just gonna mark it, enter when the breaker forms. Entering the breaker just lowers your risk infinitely, though. Like, trust me, it would lower your risk. If you did, like, if it required 30, 40 point stop, you would do half of that if you do the limit order inside the breaker. Sometimes it's just very unlucky. That's just what it is. If you're really bullish, that's the thing too. If you're really bullish, you would take the inversion for sure. If it was last month, I would have most likely got that that retracement for sure. It's just so funny how the market's moving. So yeah, I mean this is now established 5 minute breaker. You would just look for a lower time frame entry bottle inside under basically 440s here. This will be the game plan now. And this PM session is gonna just get very ugly if we can't get a single retracement once again. I'll just be sitting here like, okay. Why does it look like that's what it's doing? Yeah, just mark this too. I'm gonna mark the bodies on this case here. This is the 1 minute. I would much rather focus on 5 though. 5 is very clear, especially we did flip the 5 minute bearish breaker while validating the bullish one. So you're looking for anything back inside here. This is a very deep drive too. So is it Rip Joe Rogan? Did something happen to him? Chat, is this not gonna get the retracement? Why is it always happening this week? Month of April has just been like no retracement. Just once it goes, it just goes. So the inversion traders are winning, and unfortunately, I'm not one of those inversion traders. Like we have the bright bias on every single move here. All we need is a singular retracement, which now we would also in 2 minutes will create this fair value gap. If we can leave that equal highs, this makes it even more of a quality breaker setup here. I just don't know if we want to leave that or not. It's a mess right now. There's nothing on the 15-second. Dude, you're on the 15-second. Yeah, this would definitely be the first immediate draw, and after that, we're looking for Linen highs. Moving it there. Show me something here. Slight SMT here because ES did take the high out. And I don't think we'll get this. Leaving this as relative highs as our first target would be the ideal. And we didn't get it. Look at that. Stupid. Chat, you guys see this? What is this price action, man? Me not getting any entries at all. And there's that pumper. Here's that pumper. Missed the first long entry by a few points and then no retracement whatsoever. What do you guys think now? Dude, April is just annoying the hell out of me. What's data highs? Which data highs are you guys talking about? Is it this? Oh, it is data high. Okay, I didn't see that. Do we have it on ES2? Yeah. Yeah, that would be actually a pretty good target in itself too. Just how do we not get that entry, guys? You gotta be shitting me. We didn't get that entry. Right at data highs too. So freaking bullish. It's like ripping non-stop here. Still happy to see it worked out despite getting left behind. I feel like I already knew it was gonna work out. It just like, can we get the entry? And so it's a discount on Discord. If that's Desi, he's gonna handle that. I don't really manage the Discord. I just do my thing for which is Asia. Ridiculous chat. Ridiculous indeed. That dude, Panda R, that's literally the plan. I think it's unappreciated because, or I guess in some eyes, maybe I'm just seeing more of the trolls. But like the thing is, we're teaching, we're showing every step of the way, and we're framing the setup like basically perfectly. And if it doesn't hit, then we just sit back. That's like really the most profitable way that I know, the most consistent way. And if I wasn't, I don't know, if I wasn't streaming, maybe I would have tried to be very aggressive playing this, but definitely my hit rate would be much lower than it is now. Any trades today? We missed literally 2 trades. Really missed one. The second trade just didn't give us an opportunity at all. But that's just the way April's playing out. I don't know why. I really don't. We're trying to flip back down here. I'm not too... I mean, New England Gap, we have like a little bit SMT here, so like that's something that we could basically frame in a way. What's the next draw here, guys? How we get trolls on a free stream? I literally do not know It's so weird, but data high is taken. We did take out PM AM high here. Do we want to play nimble here and see if there's any confirmation to flip all the way back down? And that'd be premature because for sure once again short buys if the 15-minute fair value flips. We haven't got that yet, so now we're just seeing. What software do you use to stream? It's OBS. I think most people use either that or Streamlabs. Pretty much the only two. I think this is where I kind of be hands off until I see something clear. Very clear was the most clearest thing was longs all the way up to New York AM high here, and then data highs. That was the most clearest thing that we could really play for. Now after that's taken, I'm not too certain where price is going, especially if we reject here. My gut would be saying move lower, but we would have to flip something, especially let's say this 5 in fair value. If we can flip that, I could say we could at least do a deep drive inside the breaker and we could do a scalp there. But yeah, keep in mind, I want to make this like me trading, me tape reading, but also you guys do the same thing. So you guys share your thoughts too. We're trading together. And especially at times where I am not too convicted, that's where you guys are going to shine in. We basically filled this whole hourly here too. Beautiful. Do you stream Asia session? No, all I do is alert. I noticed you refer to the 15-minute, 5-minute for the higher timer. It's more my intraday. So one thing I show here, the 1 is my execution for the most part. Sometimes 5 if it's necessary. The intraday bias is the 15-minute and the hourly. That's kind of where I mainly focus on. And most of the time, the hourly does not show too much. This one is very clear, at least with this hourly fair value gap, which we're trying to fill all the way. We already got past the midpoint of it. If we can flip this, this just really shows that we're gonna get this closure, probably do a tap back inside and slam for the next area high. And the 15-minute I think is probably my best asset. I kind of operate all my bias mostly on the 15-minute as long as if it's clear. Right now it's very clear here. Yeah, for Asia, if you guys look asking about Asia, we trade Asia it's 8 p.m. all the way up to 10 11 Eastern time, whenever we basically finish a job on it. Yeah, the next area of interest is be London highs if we can really get there. Oh, by the way, while we're waiting for a trade, we did make a Twitter for Smart Prop Firm. There's also a giveaway. There's like I think like 4 participants right now. We're doing 3 winners. All you gotta do is like, follow, and just drop your top 5 rankings. I'll post a link to that in the chat. I want someone that one of my followers or one of my viewers would win, or Discord members. But it would likely be just like 20, 30 people. So you guys have a very good chance. All right, yeah, let's see the next trade opportunity here. Chat, what would you guys want to see to flip your bias for lower? A Trump tweet. This what if I guess been holding for quite a while here. I think what I would want to see would most likely be this here. If we get a nice closure through here, this is the series up close candle that did take out data highs, which I don't think I've marked yet. If it does want to leave that data high here, the moment we get a chase delivery, a strong closure above or under in this case, it'll be under here. And then you're just basically looking for a quick drive all the way down to see the next area of support, which is this breaker here. Did you take the longs? We missed the longs, man. It was a shame. Again. There's some new viewers like, did you guys take the long? Because like it's like pretty of a classic entry model for us. For both setups, for the 5-minute here, very classic trade setup. We missed that. And then for the better one, which I would like more, would have been this 1-minute here, or low time frame inside the 15-minute. That's probably the most clearest one that you could play for. So I'm treating the 830 fair value gap as inversion. Is that which one is 830? Oh, there's not a 5-minute. Is that what you're talking about? Oh, the 15-minute. Got it. So yeah, you're looking at this here. We did flip that. We respected it. Yeah, that's like the very clear one. Especially if we flip this too, this would be the 15-minute BPR. The most clearest thing you would look for would be if we can, if we do get a closure under 355, which is still premature for this gap, but I think that's more than enough to tell us that we're gonna go lower, especially with that data high taken. and with this closure here, we'll actually get like a kind of a breaker setup down here too. So any retrace, if we do get a closure down here, you're likely going to see very aggressive price range moves for lower. So still hasn't, just leaving some wicks here. Still very bullish, looks like. This just makes it like, if we do flip this 1 minute, get this 1 minute chasing delivery, that we're gonna actually play aggressive because we were just holding this. Looks like we're going for a leg higher here. 5 minute retrace, very shallow retrace after taking data highs, and we're trying to go for a leg up here. Big earnings. When does earning comes out? Like what time exactly? Let's see here. 4:05 p.m. for Microsoft. Microsoft is probably gonna be a big one here. Pretty much slow price action right now. How many likes we got? You guys like the stream with the giveaway while we're waiting. It's really stalling out after taking out data highs. I just don't want to prematurely play for the downside without something clear, like kind of what we do yesterday. When doing evals, do you full send your news or maximum cons? I mostly do the latter unless it's Apex large counts. So that's the only caveat. Let's say the 250k accounts for Apex. You need 50k profit target. I would likely just smash with news. Every other evals like top step, take profit, basically you name it. Like if I did next two, I would just size large, like if not max, or like the biggest possible. I mean. So like let's say for top step 15 minis is the max on the 150K, I'll just do that. 15 minis, 15 point is $4,500, which is exactly what you need. And as a scalper, it's not that hard to do, to find 2 trades for 15 points. 15 points. And that's how you pass it. And that's the only way I really plan to do to expedite it. Guys, if we inverse this, I might look to add a starter here for short already. And then like the stop would just be this previous high. Dude, some days retracements are just very slow. That's just what it is. Because there's months where I'm waiting for retracements to really get a good entry model, like a very risk managed entry model, and it works out perfectly fine. Like I enter very tight risks, I get stopped up for like 10, 50 points, and if it does work, it goes 30, 50 points in my favor. Like this trade, if we had we got this trade, we would have been sitting pretty here. This would be also very clear. If we can just continue selling off through here, that'll be beautiful. It's like the 1 minute version here we're looking for. ES is also not a bad pick either, if you want to just keep it neutral. Yeah. I'm gonna try an ES here. Keep it stop at high, about like 3 points. Just gonna be micros, and if we do get a closure under, I just want to get my feet in the water basically. So this is the idea right now. Like, gonna be micros added here, and if we can really get a closure, I think did my mic turn off? Hello? If we can get a closure through this, like what I showed here, then I'll add in with size. That's gonna be my idea. I have a few micros in this. I'm fine with getting this hit for a few points just because it's small size. I just want to get a starter in, and if we can get this closure I'm looking for, I'm gonna add with size. Probably like, if we're talking about like percentage wise, let's say I'm like 25% in, and I'll add the other 3/4 if we get this confirmation. I think the main problem is like I'm not having a starter, so I'm like a little bit more hesitant by not waiting for a retracement, and that's how I'm missing these big plays. It is preemptive. I know that's why only why is I'm doing very small size on this. Very small size on this. Just because if it's preemptive and then we actually get some confirmation, then I can play it aggressively. But I hope this just doesn't play out like yesterday. But yesterday I did share that I was down. What was it? Was it 9K? I think that's what I showed. Which 9K is, it seems like a lot, but that's like a few mistakes, a bad trade, but it's like risk managed because like on a good day it's like 15K, 20K, 25K. So yeah, I mean this is what I'm trying to do right now. I think we do have a lot of internal lows being built up, and after data highs getting taken, we're stalling out here, so it is a preemptive move, like a counter trend move, like people were talking about in chat. But I'm willing to give it a shot. I think the only reason I'm taking more on ES is because we do have bearish SMT on ES, and it's like slighter lower risk too. So something nice would be a closure in the next 5 minutes. It'd be beautiful. slam down. We're looking at this red line here, which I'll make this red too, just so it shows up a little bit more. Beautiful, beautiful. There's no target in mind. I'm just gonna trail as best I can. Because realistically, the target would be all the way down here, which I don't think I would get with a few point stop. We're gonna likely add some more here, especially with this inversion closure. I need to focus more on ES because that's the asset I'm more trading right now. Looking good, chat. Let's see this closure too. I'm also waiting for the NQ closure. Yeah, so stop is still above the high. If we can get a closure through the red line I'm looking at, which now is also 15-minute fair value gap, this would, I feel like, make me want to play lower, play aggressively lower, which I think is in play here. What the heck? Where did my chart go? Hang on. My ninja chart just closed out for a second. Dude, this is on ES and it's printing. No closure yet here. I'm still looking for that closure. So for me to add, I want to see this closure down here. Even on ES, like this is a very slight closure because I'm the 1 minute. I want to see a distinctive closure in the first 3 trades. I'll play it. Ooh. We already flipped this 1 minute version, so this is possible for ads here. I'm still gonna be waiting for my idea here. I'm just dancing around with a few micros. I must try to size in. This will be the first initiative. So this will be like kind of like 10 points if we slam this. And I think we're just gonna free fall straight through. And we can get through this. Nothing much here yet. This will still be the goal here though. It's coming back up. Trade went like about 6-7 points, but I'm trying to give like huge risk reward type of trade models right now because I think that's worth it. It's not worth it for me to just go in and out for a few points like 101 when I'm trying to go for a big play, especially if it's counter trend. If it's counter trend, I'm not gonna just try to TP for like 4, 5 points, 6 points. I want for the big move, only for counter trend moves. Or I'll get this here. Playing this nicely right now. No closure down here yet. Just looking for that closure under. We're like dancing around it. Next 5-minute closure here. We wicked it, but we're about to close above. I didn't get my ad yet. I'm likely just gonna put break even on here. That sucks, but look for a if it does come back up. I'm giving it too much time. Even look at NQ, there's no closure yet. So there's a lot of wicks, but no closure. That's what I'm missing. Even like inside the 15-minute fair value gap, which I'll push a little bit more. We wicked it and closed above. That's not enough for me to play for downside yet. Let's get this push here. This is probably the final attempt because they're just dancing around. Looking good, looking good. I'm just gonna wait this. If we can get a closure under 60s, 460s, I think NQ makes more sense to me though. I'm just trying to trade that based off ES because it's a little bit weaker. But this is still what I'm looking for. We have yet to get a closure. Everything's respecting though, but once again, without clear. I want to see this 5-minute actually flip too. 5-minute flip. We were gonna go straight to the next breaker here, and that's gonna be my goal. There we go. Break even. That's tough. What the heck was that? Dude, hit that break even so fast, chat. You have no idea. Just when we were literally about to break this, we couldn't get a single closure. Is that nuts? Freaking nuts. What was that? Dude, did Trump tweet something? I swear to God, it was something like that. It's always so annoying. Let me look at chat. Chat, tell me what that was. we're gonna do the giveaway right after this, though. Reached out China for tariff discussions. Look how close this is about to break here. Like, we were literally about to break here, and then that news candle just came in hot. Came in real hot. Anyways, I said I put break-even stops on. I didn't want to get break-even because, once again, this was going like dancing 7 points. I was looking for a big drive under, so I wasn't even looking for TP. Either break-even or going for like a 15-point move on ES. And then aggressive push. But if you're able to, if you weren't holding like I am, because I was trying to go for kind of like the next air of interest here. What the heck? That was like a bigger wick on ES. I mean NQ. Tell me this is gonna flip. If this flips, I'm gonna go for another jab at it. So happy I got out earlier. I'm surprised I didn't get slippage on that breakout. Yeah, it is a good manipulation. That's like if you're bears, that's like the best manipulation you can ask for. Like now if it flips, we're gonna be very aggressive here. I think it'll be the same idea. We're gonna try to add some starters in. And then if it does get a closure, we're gonna play for it. I'm gonna wait. I want to see this one flip. Once again, we held this area. If we can get a nice closure under, this sinks down. This is actually gonna sink down to the next 5-minute support. But we're looking good. We're looking good. Short after the candle is crazy. So we're not just shorting blindly. We would need to see this whole thing flip, and that would just be used as manipulation, and then we could really play for downside. But again, nothing shows anything of that sort. This is the right play though. If you guys are like, I think some people in the chat was like, why are we shorting this? Very low risk at this area. I think short was at 47.48. Probably like a 4-point stop, and we did get 7 points. We're close at 2R. But again, I wasn't going for 2R. I was trying to go for much lower down here. All right, let's do the giveaway. 200 likes. We got one giveaway. Dude, April has been nuts though. What's up? April been up to? The first candle that said, "Oh, Trump is like 100 points." Crap! Holy crap! London highs at 622. Yeah, my headphone died, but I think the audio should be still here. Yeah, guys, if you guys want to enter the giveaway, it's in the chat right now. All you gotta do is like the stream and comment your username one time. I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit, so we don't have people just not just like waiting at the end of the stream and just grabbing it. Spice it up a little bit, you know. Give you guys another. Someone say Jade Cap? What the heck? These candles are not forgiving right now. How old are you, Brian? When did you start trading? I am 23, and I started 5 years ago. I think it's a little bit more than 5 years now. Started a little bit, I think, the month before COVID, ironically. But I would say the first like 6 months wasn't serious. But after 6 months, like once COVID time was there, you had no. If you guys remember, you guys had nothing to do. Even if you're working, like you were laid off. If you're school, you were kind of working at home or doing school at home. All that thing was like a mixture of like, let's find a good hobby, let's invest time in it, and that's where I poured all my time and energy. And now we're here, baby. All right, giveaway winner today is Michael Hess. someone said long at 520 average. I hope that plays out for you. That wick, I feel like that wick was kind of like, it could be manipulation there. Because I did take out the data highs. It would have been even better if we could just take out that London high. But it's a wick that just shot up and it just came straight back down. So something I'm waiting for now is just, let's see if we can get a 5-minute flip. If not, we're just going to look for the next, if we sweep this low and flip back up, I'll at least try to go for longs. Okay, Michael has make a giveaway ticket on our Discord. It should be in the description. The Smart Profit Discord. We'll handle it after the stream. Let's keep on moving forward. What a pump right there. Chat, are we looking at more bullish or bearish here? Let's see chat bias. Chat bias is always undefeated. Real talk. Bullish to London highs. No takes. No takes is also an answer. So the only way I would try to go for longs right now is if we do sweep a high. It doesn't, or low. It doesn't have to be this low anymore. But let's say we take out this low and come back up. That's what I'll try to play upside. But I'm very close. The moment we do get a flip somewhere, it's gonna be played for downside. Yeah, the upside target is London highs. That's for sure. For sure, target. It's so bullish though. It's very bullish. Oh, fun fact. This is so cool. It's like my first time trading Bunox, or I traded last year, but it was like a few counts and I didn't get anywhere with it, but I gave it a shot. I heard they did a live payout cap now, but let me see if I can post a picture of it. I think I did. Oh yeah, here. Look at this chat. First payout with Bunox. I did it through PayPal. And it's like basically, I don't know if it's a friends found payment, but it's like a very easy process. I would prefer more of my payouts go to PayPal. It's so instantaneous, and I use PayPal for a lot of things. These are 3 accounts, 350K accounts, and $1,500 per payout. And then I think you can scale to 11 accounts. So I only have 3 accounts so far. Let me see if I could activate more. I believe I was told you could activate more accounts if you so I just logged in for the first time. There's a terms and condition. Yeah, so I could activate another account now. That's interesting. That's nice. The fees are insane with PayPal. I believe I did not get any fees when I received it. But I need to take another look because I heard they changed some of their rules or something with the fund accounts. I don't know if for better or for worse. What PayPal fees are you guys talking about? Because I received it and I don't think I got any fees. It was good. Good on my end at least. Let me see chat. I'll confirm. Yeah, so 4,500. This was it. No fees here. Just got here. Any trades? Recap is we missed the long trade down here by a few points. There was like a magnificent push, and then we took a short, I think somewhere here or no, on ES. It was up 7 points. I put break even. I was going for like basically a 4R, 5R type of trade, and hit break even. So missed a trade, and then break even on the other trade. So we're just seeing if there's anything else. Which prop with daily payouts is the best option? There's only one main prop. I know there's like some guys are talking about other prop firms. There's only one that I know of that's trusted with multiple funded accounts. I think that's important. Some people say, oh, Trade Day has daily payouts. I'm pretty sure they only have one funded account, which is scalability is a big factor here. Take Profit Trader allows 5 accounts and it's daily payouts. No consistency rule whatsoever. I don't know how Trade Day works. Once again, I don't pay attention to small firms. I only work with the big ones. Big ones are paying 10 million, 50 million plus lifetime, and then like they're paying like 4 million per month. All these firms are doing that. I can't trust the small firms because they might be fine for you guys, but if I trade in, I'm going to do big payouts, and my community is going to join in. And are they going to handle the big payouts if they never did it before? I don't want to risk that. So that's why some of you guys try to like suggest to be like these really hold the wall firms. I'm like, I'm not sure if I'm going to try that out with you. Because the bigger firms have more to lose, and they have more reserves to pay out because they have bigger cash revenue. While the smaller firms, let's say we got like 500 people here start like one of these smaller firms, and they all get a payout. Can they handle that? I don't think so. What news coming with TradeFi next month? Well, there's a lot of news. That's one thing. There's like 4 or 5 news in for the next month. Brett kind of shared glimpses of few. There's this one that he shared on stream with us. He did a Ask Me Anything. I invited him on and he talked about it. And he shared a screen, or he shared some sauce. There's gonna be a trading competition, which is one, and then there's like the live trader payout status with the cards. That's cool. And then basically a new website revamp. And then the most important one, I think the most exciting one, which I don't know if he wants me to share, but you know, he shared it publicly, and I'm sure like at least 100 of you guys already saw it. He was talking about a product offering. You know how like you have the growth plan, advance, and the instant funding option, the direct funded. He was talking about maybe removing advance and adding a daily payout plan, like similar to Take Profit Trader. That I think is gonna be huge, and that makes me excited to like. I don't know. I can't really trade with TradeFi because once again I'm live with them. I've been live with them for months and months now. Been making good payouts, but like with daily payouts, similar to Take Profit Trader, I feel like I'm gonna tell Brett like I'm gonna have to withdraw the live cash. I want to get started on this new plan. I want to showcase it to you guys. I made that mistake with GoFunded Futures. Yeah, GoFunded is one of them that were like tiny firm. They keep on asking me to work with them, but I'm like, you guys are not even working with their users right now, and they only paid out. They make it a big thing, like, oh, by the way, we paid out $200,000 this month. It's like, brother, in April, I did that amount on my own, so that's nothing. That's not enough reserves at all. They need to remove that dumb 20% because it's rule for straight to funded. Well, that's the thing though. It's straight to funded. Straight to funded is if they add like a 30 or 40% consistent rule, it's gonna be unfair. So if you want like high consistency, like 40%, you would go with the growth or the starter from MyFit Futures. Those are the types. So you know, it's a trade-off. The one thing I tell Brett too, like, what if you do add on if you want like, let's say you don't want the 20% standard, you want 30% consistency or 35 or 40. It could be like EA Sports. We're gonna charge a premium add-on. But yeah, Brett talking about what is it? The daily payout option is, I think it's gonna be huge. I would love that a lot. So I'm waiting. I think we're just halting upside right now. This is like the new week open gap. We're rejecting from it. We wicked above. It looks like we're gonna play for lower here. We'll go back to 1. It's not much showing otherwise. We're stalling out here, but very bullish. So like it's still preemptive to really play it right now. They need to have one consistent rule across the board. They have to make it make sense for instant funding, because instant funding is a whole new like game plan. I think 20% is not as bad as people say make it as, because 20% like you just trade consistently, right? You get paid, and I feel like that's a good firm to start to get some payouts. And this is where me and Tyler would probably push on. You use that payout to fund bigger funded. It's like uncapped payouts, like Apex, Top Step, Funded Futures Next. Those are, so you start with the small ones, and then you get some payouts that's capped. You go with a firm that's uncapped. That'd be the game plan. If my Funded Future raise their caps, that'd be the best in game. That's the thing. 25K unfunded cap for all accounts. They have 3 accounts, so like you can only do 25K instead funded. Is probably one of the tightest payout caps I've seen, which is crazy. But you know, that's why it's like a good firm to start with. Shop still waiting for a trade. Let's see. Hopefully we get a banger. We still have time. I'm just waiting. Nothing really taken. Tyler says he doesn't like TPT. No way. TPT is like top 3 for me. I think my top 3 ranking. Like, what do you guys think your top 3 ranking is, chat? For me, not in any order, but just like name your top 3 future firms. It's gonna be Apex, Top Step, and Take Profit Trader for me. I'll type it out. Apex, Top Step, Take Profit Trader. Those are the 3. It doesn't have to be in any order. That's why I keep on emphasizing. I might just keep on Apex at top though. Then Apex, the number 2 and 3 can flip. Tyler saying TPC's buns. I need more info on that. Why Apex? Apex, like, disregard the counts. They're the only firm that paid millions to their traders. That's an undefeatable feat in itself. And they're the best scalable firm. So like as like a trader who know what they're doing with a good system, I feel like it's very easy to put Apex as your number 1 overall. Like, not because of their customer support or their payout policy, but like for their scalability, for their pricing, for their offering. Scalability alone is insane. TradeFi has to be. That's where the thing. TradeFi is always going to be the number 4 for me right now. You can't beat Top Step. You can't beat Apex. That's always like the top 2. And then Take Profit is running up there. I want to put Take Profit as big 3 now, because they're up there. I have to say they're really up there right now. And so this breaker did work out. The breaker was more visible in the 30-second. That's where I marked out at. Big push down. Big spike here. Oh, big spike. Holy crap. If this 5-minute flips, I'm looking for lower. I'm gonna look for this low get taken, and then I drive towards the next area of interest. Dude, that's one thing I'm trying to say, Tyler. That's one thing I did not expect from you, because I thought uncapped payouts, no consist rule, those are good combo. Take Profit Trader has that. They have no caps. Except the it's like you can only make 10K per account on the first day, or in one day, and then you get moved to live, and then you can make as much as you want. Dude, you have to give another shot, Tyler. To Take Profit Trader, it's a king right now. They're number 3, number 2 in a lot of people's lists for a reason. Oh, guys, there's one thing I want to show too. It wasn't felony trades. He lost 800,000 to let me see, of his Apex. That's insane, guys. What is more impressive is he didn't lose a count and how much he gathered it up to. Let me, where the heck was it? I think you guys saw this. 40,000 per account on 20 counts, literally 800,000. I think he said 840 total, which it adds up to. That's nuts. But he still has 20,000 left on it, so he still has 400,000, which is probably more than what people would be imagining. Someone said Photoshop. No, dude, it's not Photoshop. These payouts are verified. I don't know why it's hard to believe. You can pull up on Apex website and you can see it on their website. You can see Jade Caps. You can see Manbeer, which is the 2.5 million. You can see Canes. You can see mine. You can see Lantos. I'm gonna be on the leaderboards. Not for the biggest payout, but for life year to date payout. So I think I'm like up to 300K with Apex now, or maybe not in withdrawal payouts. I think closer to 200. But I'll be uncapped next month. I have the option. This is why I asked the chat last time. If you had the option to take out 200K from Apex, would you do it, or would you just keep on growing the account? Let's say you have like 10K per account, you withdraw the whole thing. I feel like when I talk to big traders, they're telling me to run it up, but when I talk to the overall public, they're like, take the money. It's funny. Yeah, it's like Tyler saying, he's like, run it up, 1 million or bust. I think if anything, I'm gonna take out at least half of it. So like, let's say I have 200K left after 5 payouts. With 5 payouts, that's already like 250K withdrawn almost. And I'll take out at least another like 5K. If I have 10K left, let's say, when the time comes, 10K per account, I'll take half of it at least. Leave 100K there, take out another 100, and then that'll be bare minimum. One thing I'll do before I withdraw it, I think that's what Lanto did too. He has a lot of evals in the reserves. So they do ban you. The way that they ban you is restricting on you buying more evals. What if you already have like 100 evals ready and like just recurring? Or just 200 evals, and then you'll be set for a while. Think about that, chat. I don't think I'm looking at longs here anymore. This has just been back and forth. Especially that big wick, we could even get past it. I feel like we're getting very close to flipping this. But like, let's do the math here, right? I just want to prepare myself. But like, let's say 200 evals, $32 per you basically get 6,400 monthly renewals, but then you'll be able to trade Apex again every single month. Is that worth it? I guess if you divide it in half, it'd be just only 3,200. I think that's worth it because when you're trading Apex, you're making like 50, 60,000 per payout, and then you can really go for like 70 if you get 2 payouts, 70, 80K per month. So it's like a good calculated risk. Tyler, you just need more time trading the future firms. You'll realize why take profit is king. It was always like not in my top 5 for the longest time until I start trading it and seeing like what it's about. And it's in many people's top 3 right now, which is like even more than what I am saying. I never thought there were people with 200 reserves. No, it's not 200 reserves, but like, let's say they have like 100 evals just as a backup, just in case they get banned when they're about to request their max payout. Like, I guess JCap could do that. Imagine he requested 2.5 million, but he bought 100 evals just right before he requested it, and they banned him for purchasing more, but he already has evals. He can run it up again and make another 7 figures. So you guys see how that plays out. Dude, this is gonna be nuts here. Where's the next 15-minute closure? I think I want to add into shorts here. We already got that 1-minute closure, and I think we're gonna look to sync right now. It's gonna be more on ES though. I think I still like ES for my short plays. Five minutes left. 1 minute's flipping right now, and Q still has a lot to go for downside right now. I think we'll get one more retrace most likely, and that retrace is gonna be where I'm gonna slam it. For this 5-minute closure would flip this 5-minute fair value gap. We'll get the chain state delivery. 80 retrace, we're gonna look for lower. Pretty much a clear-cut case here with us. I'm not in yet, but I want to see if we get this entry here. I think we have a lot of downside to go here. And then we'll is that a breaker in itself? Yeah, we'll get actually a breaker entry too. And Q's go for this lows here. Big slam down. Yeah, this is what I was looking for. Once this 1-minute flip, which we are flipping now. I want to see this retrace here. This would be the setup, basically. I'm gonna try to play for this low. We're getting close to power hour too. I think if anything, we're trying to get a nice retrace of 40s. I pop over 40s and then add to it, stop just be 50s. Maybe a 5-minute type of trade setup, so there's a bigger stop. I'm gonna actually use this range instead. It's struggling trying to come back up. Oh, NQ just took out that low too. Yeah, so 5-minute diff flip. We have the breaker model set up right now. I think we still play this. Really sinking down. Once again, I should have just took off the inversion. Dude, there's so many people coming in and out saying, did we take a trade? Did we take a trade? We did take a trade. We hit a break even. We're trying to go for a second one right now. Trying to get an add in here. I'm not getting it. I think we're gonna really fall straight down. It's really sinking. I just had 2 micros in. I was trying to add to about 12, 13 micros. If we get a retrace here. Still waiting for it. Look at this 50-minute flip. This is going to be a pretty strong flip here. Let me look at chat while we're waiting. Wouldn't Apex just ban you from paying the activation fee? No, the only they do, from what I saw, they only ban you from paying the activation. Not from paying the evals. For buying the evals. That's the way they ban you. I haven't seen people get banned from paying the activation fee. It's only the evals. So it's kind of like a mini workaway, right? There's a pop above 40s, like 42s here. If I get inside this 5-minute gap, which this inverse, where the change to delivery is, this is where we're gonna be looking for my ads around 42s or 46, and then stop is above the breaker. I think that's a pretty decent deal right now. Now that we're actually getting some strong closure, I'll get this 50-minute flip too. This could be a 50-minute OB here, but I still think we move lower because we had this monstrous wick higher and fail to continue. Panda art, shout out to Brian. I just made 1,200 across 6 accounts sitting here and listening to your commentary all day. Appreciate YouTube for free. That's what it's all about, man. Good work on your side. Just stalling out right now. Literally about to buy 20 ETF and take that risk. Yeah, dude, 20 ETF. ETF is on my don't trade list. It's like only the few that even has that list. Is that ironic? So I would not suggest to trade with them just because of that. Look for this retrace too. I'm gonna try to get it started and then we'll add into it again. If this does play aggressively down, that'll be something I'm looking for. I know people who got denied by ETF for having trade or 2 under 10 seconds. That is ridiculous in itself. Yeah, so this would be the short entry model with a stop above the breaker, and you'll be looking for a big slam down. It looks like this, right? This would be kind of the idea right now. If we're doing risk reward too, I'm just gonna try to size micros because it is moving more aggressively today. And micro still pays. I'm gonna delete some of the arrows. So that's that jab and the breaker. Change the delivery here. Move up. I'm just gonna size in slowly, and we'll add with more micros if we can reject it and get a low time frame flip on here, which I would even be fine on the 30-second here. So I have a starter in right now. Stop is again above the breaker. Next time it close at 250. It's just slowly pushing through this. I got very tight still on the 5-minute structure. We have 4 micros in for me. Yeah, my headphone died, so it's like it feels like it's like no one's talking, no music is on me. It feels very quiet. Yep, we're pushing. Stop is at 51. And this is what it looks like. So yeah, 4 micros to start. I was just gonna try sizing about 15 micros if we could get a flip. Still in play, but I think she's been counter trending lately, which sucks. Five-minute close. It's gonna close above. It's not gonna look the brightest right now. I still think this works out, but we could get another drive up, which I would rather wait for another entry, because we already got this 5-minute flip. So I'm just gonna close it out right here for like about 2 points, and then we'll revisit this idea It's been so trend based today. Anyways, still very tight. About like 50 bucks off that. But that earlier trade was about me getting 7 points in the money. That was, we're looking good on that. I just want to go for bigger targets today. I want to see a flip, but we haven't been getting flipped. That's the unfortunate part about the whole day today. I think it's the right call when we get that closure because I want a quick reaction, but we are brushing through that. So having a very quick reaction to just cut the trade, look for it again. And Q just pushing to the sky right now. Not doing the best on this price action, to be honest here. Flipping a little bit. The breaker's still holding, but I can't really respect it unless we get a strong reaction. Do you start with low size, then when prices go in your direction, you add on? This is only for counter trend because we're still bullish bias with the 50-minute, especially. If it's like within trend, I would just pull through it for the most part. With one entry. Now it looks like we're about to turn here. Wouldn't have got stopped out with 51, but I don't want to risk that. We got out at 46. If we did like it, we would have re-entered. And I think we just want to wait for NQ to break, and then we can see us move lower. It's still holding, so this is like a bullish low time frame right now. We do retrace and we hold. I expect this to move higher. What should they look like? If you were, I kind of described it. I start with 3-4 micros and we try to get up to 15. It's like a quarter size in. It is more volatile today though, more than I'm used to because we're still doing very tight stops. And this would have been paying here. Let's see. Let's see if we get a decent re-entry if it's still valid here. Yeah, my bad, folks, for kind of getting caught in this chop back and forth here. Even if I was capturing longs, I think I would still get chopped up. I feel like I'm always missing this entry here. Like we miss the longs and then just basically flourish, and then the next long, no entry. So like we missed 2 long entry. That's like free money basically, and then we're here just waiting. Like, what are we doing here? Just chop, pure chop. And that's just been the theme the last few days. So I hope the bright side is this is the last day of the month. That's a good thing here. And the tomorrow will be the start of May. And hopefully May would be something more up my alley. There is a video if you want to look more about my breakers. It's a daily training video, or I forget the title, but it's 50 minutes. It covers a lot of topics I trade, which has better results March. This month has been just kind of ugly. Very ugly. Not terrible, but not as profitable as March. March was very high win rate.
Order filled.
Breaker's still holding. We already did our giveaway too, chat, so just want to stick around and see if there's another trade opportunity. It's kind of funny. March was the one that made me a lot of money on my Apex. I'm just coasting by, just doing very small hits on April, just collecting payouts. No, I'm taking it on top one. I'm trying to top one is like an account that I don't really care too much about. But I just need to log a day because I'm trying to get the payout on that account before we end the stream. How did your first 5-figure month feel? Dude, 5-figure was because you really start out with like 1, 2, 3 payouts, and then once you get the 5-figure one, it's huge, and then like you're like, can you do it again? Can you do it again? The best feeling ever. What do you guys think about Project X, by the way? I personally just like Ninja Trader and Trade of 8. But yeah, I'm asking that because Project X is what is it? Project X I'm using for top one. That's the only thing they have. If they had Trade of 8 or Ninja, I would have used it already. How long did it take to go from 10K months to 100K? It just, I think it's more about me slowly scaling up, but I think I talked about it on my Twitter. I posted, it was like last April or maybe last February. I was doing like 10, 50K a month. Now we're doing like 100K. So basically a whole year of me locking in. Dude, top one, we're cooking at top one at least. If we play this 5-minute breaker, I just took a retag because this retrace here. But I'm just going for 2K per day on top one and just seeing they pay out, which they have been paying out. I know some of you guys are fearful because they're so cheap or they have the rule change. But that order filled was me trying to log a day on my top one with about $600 risk. And I guess the bright side of top one is I could do the risk reward tool like this. Like you can take the entry, you put it at stop high, and then you just drag it with the amount of money. Yeah, but I haven't found, I didn't get any good trades on my Apex yet. We're still basically break even Apex again, or minus 50 more so than break even. But the breaker did respect, guys. So one thing I would say with this 5-minute closure at 3 p.m., I am anticipating this to move lower. And I've been saying that for a while, but I feel like we dump after hours every single time. Here we go. No trades on my live funded either. I want to save those for good trades. Yeah, so that's the only thing I like about Project X. You get to drag P&L. That's the only good thing. Okay, we'll hit this. I have 3 accounts. I had one. I got payout on them, 5K. This is about to get 6K here. So I think good about this. I'll show the performance stats. I think we only had 1 red day, so like it's like 2K, 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 and then we hit like about 13K. Got the payout, and I was just going for like $500-600 per day, so we can get next payout. Yesterday, or the other day, 2 days ago, hit 1,500, and then we're just going slowly $500-600 again, seeing we get the second payout. But this is what the other accounts look like basically. We just bought them recently. Just to get the 3 max accounts. What's the target price? It's instant funding. Top one is not a firm that I'm partnering with, but I tend to trade any firm that I think has potential to pay people out. I just don't know how sustainable they are. So they're kind of like FTT for me. Not as bad, but like in the beginning stages, depending on where they move from here, if they can like do lower deals, tighten up the rules, and then make sure it's sustainable, then it won't be like faster trading. But 55%, or I think it's like 50% off. Their rules are still pretty free. It's like milkable. Yeah, it's only 3 counts. FTT was 20 up to 40 if you have LLC. That's insane. So they were doomed to fall basically. The only firm that I'm promoting is the one on our platform. So that's why I'm open to giving Top One a try. I'm not gonna partner with them until they're either paid out 10 million to traders or survive, like up and running for at least 3 months, and then we'll try it out. Dude, that hit my P&L right there on the money. That was good. I don't know how to show executions on Project X, but I think you guys saw that. So like, just log in a day. It was like 500 risk, because I'm only trying to risk 500 per trade, and I'm just letting it run. Beautiful 2K hit. Yes, behave trades. Because there's firms that's reputable. I want to only work with reputable firms. Reputable also means sizing too. They need to have enough cash liquidity and reserves to pay out. Like if I bring in people, like, you know, we have like 600 people right now. Let's say we have 500 guys join trying this prop firm out, because we're talking about like my Discord community on Twitter. I'm basically endorsing them. I need to be ensure that they will pay out. And with a new firm, it's still like not certain. So that's why I have to wait a little bit. How do I buy 25K trade if I send funded from your link? You just click the referral link. You enter code SMART at checkout. Submit the cash rebates. There's a lot of firms actually using Project X. It's surprising to me. I think this still moves lower here. We already got this closure here. But it's been very bugging. We got this 15-minute flip here. Chat, do you guys like this for lower?
Order filled.
I don't know. We're past 3 p.m. I'm definitely gonna just look for, try to talk to chat and see what we can work with. But not much to play by. I still think because of 15-minute structure, we left a big wick close under the 15-minute gap still, so this is respecting on ES. We just worked it again. I want to see it move lower. I'm also trying to just take out Top One this time. I'm not taking it anywhere else. But yeah, I'll give it another 7 minutes before we wrap up. Pretty lackluster day. To April this week, the last week of April was just not the best for me. That's all I'm gonna say. Tomorrow is the start of a new month. We're gonna cook up next month. We'll try to trade Asia tonight. If you guys are in the Discord, we'll see what we can work with. But can we catch you on Ninja Trader TV? Probably not. I'm open to joining for a segment for Top Step, My Funded Futures, like prop firms, like TradeFi TV when it comes out. But most likely not like Ninja Trader. I'm not that partnered with them. Please don't go on Top Step TV. Are you guys against Top Step now? I thought you guys liked Top Step. What happened here? Top Step TV is unwatchable. All right, chat. I think we're gonna wrap this up. This is very slow pace right now. We'll just see you guys tomorrow. New start of the month. One closing note: if you guys want to enter a giveaway that we're doing on Twitter, it's a very small giveaway here. You just look up Smart Prop Firm on Twitter here, and all you do is just like, follow, and drop your top 5 rankings. We're gonna pick 3 winners. They can choose from 8 of our partners. We have 8 partners here. Pick their favorite account, so you can get like a My Fund Futures if you want, Tradeify if you want. Just the same way we run the giveaway on YouTube. There's not that many participants right now. Like you see, like half of them are bots. So like there's like only 15 people really participating, and most of them probably didn't follow the instructions. So I want one of you guys to win. I'm gonna wrap this up here, guys. Here's that link, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for the start of May.